Do you hate making small talk at work and prefer to get straight to the point? Or do you enjoy chatting with your colleagues about your weekend and your recent travels? I guess it depends a lot on your personality. If you're an extrovert, small talk might be a lot more natural and easier for you, but it also depends on where you're from. In many Western cultures like UK, US, Canada, Australia, and most of Europe, it's very normal to talk about the weather, your free time, or how heavy your workload is at the moment. However, in some countries like Russia, Germany, and the Nordic countries, small talk could be seen as superficial and a waste of time. Of course, this isn't true for everyone. We're all individuals with different personalities, no matter where we're from. But in general, this is considered true, and in my own experience and observations, I agree with this. Please let me know if you think I'm wrong. So, what should we do at the beginning of a meeting with someone from a different country? My first piece of advice is try not to have any expectations. If you're used to asking 3 or 4 questions about their weekend or how their day is going, maybe start with one and pay close attention to their reaction. Did the other person seem happy and excited to share something from their life? Or did their tone remain serious and their answer short? If you notice that they seem a little confused by your question, or impatient, or even a little annoyed, try not to take it personally. This might just mean that you're a peach and they're a coconut. These metaphors were created by these guys. If you come from a peach culture, that means you're soft on the outside and have no trouble chatting to strangers about light topics. But that doesn't automatically make you best friends. The hard stone in the center resembles your private life, which is not so easy to get through to. You're happy to make small talk with strangers, but you're careful about who you let in and become actual friends with. Coconuts, on the other hand, have a hard shell and are soft in the middle. This means they can't just talk to anyone about something superficial. They prefer meaningful conversations or nothing at all. Awkward silences aren't a problem for them. They like the quiet. But if over time and repeated interactions with a coconut, you find out that you have things in common and get along well, they will open up, become friendly and warm, and will consider you a friend for life. So, are you a peach or a coconut? Tell me in the comments. I used to be a coconut when I was little because I lived in Russia from birth till I was 10, and then I became a peach when I moved to England and then Spain. So I really understand both sides. My next piece of advice for English learners is related to the topics you might want to choose if you do decide to make small talk with your colleagues from a different culture. Try to stick to safe topics because you don't know what might be considered rude or too personal for them. In my experience, it's always better to stay away from comments or questions about someone's looks, religion, political views, relationships, and finances. As I mentioned before, the weather is always a safe topic, especially if you're living far away from each other. You could ask, "How is the weather where you are?" And then say something like, "It's really hot and humid here. I can't wait to go to the beach." The weekend is always fun to talk about. If it's Monday or Tuesday, you could ask, "How was your weekend? Did you go anywhere nice?" And then perhaps share something from yours, like, "I was going to go to the beach, but then it rained, so I ended up spending most of it at home. I got lots of rest though, so I feel great." If it's Thursday or Friday, you could ask them about the coming weekend. Like, "Have you got any plans for this weekend?" Please note that this weekend can mean 2 things. The weekend just gone and the weekend that's coming. It depends on the tense of the question. Did you do something nice this weekend? Or are you going to do something nice this weekend? It's a little confusing, I know. And if it's Wednesday, choose whichever weekend you want, or talk about them both. In this case, maybe say, "This past weekend and this coming weekend," to be clear. Finally, you could ask them about their day and their workload. Have you been busy? Have you had a lot of work today? Many meetings? I hope you won't have to do overtime. I hope this was useful. Please let me know in the comments if there are some questions that work well for you when you make small talk. Thank you for watching. Bye!